Get ready for the most glamorous event of the year, the U2B Streets Awards 2025, February 9, 2025, at Laven Midtown, located at 641 West 42nd Street, New York City. Join us at 12 p.m. for the pre-show red carpet extravaganza and a chance to win $500 in our fashion contest. From 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., enjoy the gold tier experience with speakeasy confessionals, press interviews, and premium cocktails. At 4 p.m., the platinum tier includes performances, a comedic host, an awards ceremony, dinner, and gift bags. From 8 p.m., the diamond tier features a VIP after party with a DJ, aerial dance, fire performances, and gift bags. 24 U2 categories and many nominees. Can't attend in person? Stream the entire event live on Hush and Move Media via Uscreen for just $9.99. Get your early bird tickets before September 15, 2024. Visit now. Be a sponsor. Be extraordinary. Be there. Be great.
Welcome. This is Nation once again, just on that late night stream. Just thought I'd just do one just for the heck of it. And I was on a panel earlier and want you to check out the new sensation on the block, Live Ladies Podcast. Live Ladies Podcast, and they're talking about the same old, but I find it entertaining. At least it wasn't your everyday average of the norm, women should be submissive, blah 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 blah. It was sort of like, I don't need no man, what you done for me lately type of vibe. Well, once I got on the panel, it was pretty much okay. I can say. But these talks are, the more we talk about these things at length, the more dense it's gonna be. And I feel the need that talk about, what women need, what men need. That's dried up, in my opinion. And I said on the, but respectfully, like I said, it was a respectful. It's a respectful podcast. Like I said, Live Ladies Podcast. It's a respectable podcast with some respectable people. One I think I'm familiar with. But I guess we just talk some random shit today. And I guess the thing that came up on my mind was the route to getting better in relationships. One lady came up on the panel. I think her name is Pink. Why does everybody want to be Pink? Hey, Miss Chicago, how are you? Welcome. Pink said something and it resonated with me. She said, why do men, a majority of men have nothing but other men discuss about women? And I said, the reason why you have so many men panels talk about women is because they have something that other people do not have. or rather they can't get to them because of a lack of whatever, right? But sometimes it's not the case. Sometimes people are just lazy. People are just lazy and think they're going to think rejection right away, and that's not often the case. Maybe the woman wants something that she hasn't quite earned yet. She doesn't look at you as that value dude, and or she's just not interested, or she's been in a relationship vis-a-vis uh, you know marriage or being in a relationship, excuse me, and she just wants to take her time. It's a variety of things that she's going through. Now, going on to the men's side, I understand how frustrating it is to come up to a woman and she has that stank look on her face. I understand it. I've been through it before. Been there, done that. And the only thing I could tell you is just keep looking. Just keep looking. But this is something different. This is something different, and I think I kind of struck a nerve on one of the guests when I mentioned God's name. And whenever you mention God's name, people, oh boy, you gonna put God into this? Why not? It's like, but it's always, it depends on what God you're talking about. It's like there's only one. There's only one that I pray to. Uh, uh, unless I'm being told a lie, and there are a plethora gods. There are gods and goddesses. I mean, ultimately, if I would say this, if God doesn't want you to know something, then you're not gonna know. That's why I think that's why he is known as the unknown. Because a lot of things are kept in secret for a reason. For a reason. And we're just as impatient as those people in Exodus. We're just impatient. Wonder why we're in the wilderness 40 days and 40 nights. Right? But I'm not here to preach religion to you. I'm not here to preach religion at all. I just often think that it is apropos at times like these that we look at women in a different light, because not all women are who they are. Not all the bunch of women are ghetto. Not all the bunch of women are hateful. Not all the bunch of women, have loud voices. Even though they have loud voices, they may talk loud. They may talk loud, but they're kind-hearted in spirit. It's just something that you have to get used to. It's just something I had to get used to. And you have the type of girls that treat you like royalty. But then you have the type of men that treat you like shit. And wondering why, when I play this in a few minutes, you're gonna wonder why men act, or excuse me, how women act this way. And I understand where the men are coming from too. You act like you don't need nobody. You act like you don't need anyone. Which in these days, most of them are right. But is it is it something that you want? It's like you want to be alone. No, you don't want to be alone, but at the same time, you don't want to keep second guessing. I get it. I ultimately get it. To the pink lady, I get it. To what was her name? I'll think of her name in a minute. Right now, you have a majority. You have a majority of women up on there, but I get it. I totally get where they're coming from. Like, you have to realize, this is not about you. This is about us. Once you get your life in order, then you have to, because you're not going to be alone by yourself. I don't believe that. I believe that most women are fed up, but they don't want to be by themselves, but they don't have no choice, so they just put a wall up. That's all they do, is just put a wall up. But it's crazy to think that a woman, or it's crazy to think that a man is supposed to think that a woman is supposed to be on his time, and you wonder why you're losing. Let the women vent. Let the women heal. We don't talk about healing. All we talk about is infighting. There's no healing in play. No healing at all. All I hear is bickering, fussing, and fighting all day. And I get it. I totally get it. You've been in a relationship for a very, very long time, and I know your name has been dragged through the mud, and I know you've been hurt, and I know you've been, you know, you've been through trials of fire. I get it. I get it. But can we be fair? Can we be frank? What do you think men go through? What do you think men go through? And oftentimes tell you by the sound of their voices and how passionate they are. And believe you and me, I've never, ever seen a man passionate and as feminine as a woman. There ain't nothing wrong with being feminine. Is the amount of feminist that is in you. There ain't nothing wrong with being vulnerable. It's the amount of vulnerability that you're gonna absorb. Oh, I got nothing but Negroes crying and complaining. It's sickening. But women are going to be women, men are going to be men, and we just have to find something to balance it out. That's all. We just have to find something to balance it out. I didn't come here today to preach. I didn't come to gloat. I didn't come to tell people what to do, because these are a whole bunch of grown men and women, right? I'm not here for all that. What I am here for is to kind of lighten the load a little bit. And lighten the load meaning you get that thing up off you called the spirit of vengeance. Like you feel the need to put the onus on the women all the time. Have you ever looked in the mirror? I'm talking to the fellas. Have you ever looked in the mirror lately? and said to yourself, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's because maybe the reason why I'm not getting woman. I just thought I'd say that. The reason why I'm not getting what I want, and that female wise, is because of my ego. Could it be because of my ego? Could it be because I I talk too much? Could it be for the simple fact that I um I think about myself more than I think about the person that I'm trying to be with, whether it be the first, second, third, or fourth date? Your arrogance, the way you present yourself sometimes. Well, I mean, if you have on a suit and tie, or if you have on, just any regular apparel and try to make it nice. And maybe, woman doesn't want that. Maybe he just wants you to be you. Just be human. Just be you. You ain't got to dress to impress all the time. You really don't. She would prefer you being sweats, being, gym clothes, not stinking. You want to smell. You want to smell right. You want to look right. But it ain't when it comes to fabric. When it comes to clothing, you ain't got to dress in, you know, Brooks Brothers suits or whatever with the I forgot what socks that you wore for those slippers. A lot of brothers like wearing these particular slippers with the socks. Even though you don't see the socks, they're wearing socks. You don't have to dress like that. You don't have to dress damper, right? But I see where a woman is coming from. I often get women say that men crash out more than anything in the world. And I said, some of them do. I almost forgot to mention the brother that smacked the woman across the face. Hey, that was in at the hot dog place in Chicago. They would have really lost their mind. Those who those who forgot the woman that just literally got punched in the face. I mean, he just came at the woman and he just started yelling. The only the only thing that saved her life was her son. And her son went to the car and got that get off me. And he used it on the dude that was punching in on the mother, and the mother ended up going to jail and being released. That's what the woman is talking about. When a woman is talking about where a man goes up to a woman and asks for a phone number and she says no, and the next thing you know, she's being shot in the face while pregnant, it's a problem. And that was in New York. When a 19-year-old girl dates a 33-year-old white man and they're doing what they need to do for that day, and then they finally get to his place and she's seen something that she shouldn't have saw, and she ended up getting shot and then cut to pieces. That's the particular thing that they're talking about. When women say they had enough, they had enough. That's just the freaking bottom line of it. So this is the reason why I say I understand where a woman is coming from. But at the same time, a woman knows that when you're being loud and obnoxious and vicious towards a man who is trying to be patient, trying to be cordial, trying to act right with you, trying to do things with you, and you start the unnecessary nonsense, the verbal abuse, the cussing and carrying on, basically. When you do that, the only option that a man has is to leave. That's the only option that he should have. Otherwise, if he didn't care, well, think of the alternative. If the man did not care to walk away from you, you be as a woman, you have something to complain about. But you were being disrespectful. You were being very disrespectful. I've seen a lot of women put their hands on men and got punched in the face. I'm sorry. You're not supposed to do that, but the brother didn't do anything up until he was disrespected, and he had crossed he had completely crossed the threshold, and girls get punched in the face, or girls get slammed, or you're not supposed to slam a woman. But I totally understand the what I want to say. I totally understand where he's coming from in terms of frustration. I totally get it. So there's some things that we just need to work on. We need to get better according to our works, because they say faith without works is dead. I would agree that we need to come together. I definitely would agree with that. Come together and be as one. Let's figure this thing out. We have to listen to each other. That's the key thing. Listening and comprehending. Listening and comprehending. Listening and comprehending. That's one of the key ingredients to a good relationship. Sometimes she will help you out. She'll help you out by giving you hints. All right? She doesn't have to, but she does. Trust is another thing. It's hard for a woman that merely just doesn't like men. You're going to have to do a lot of convincing. A lot of convincing that you are not like those other dudes. But at the same time, I don't think she cares. She ain't going to care as much. She's not going to care because you don't care. I often tell guys, treat her better, you'll do better. As a whole, treat her better, you'll do better as a whole, as a family, as a community, as a nation. When we treat each other better, right? But ultimately, it comes right back. No matter what the situation is, it goes right back to what? Females. Females. This is the reason why I say I can't entertain everybody. And I won't entertain everybody. If we come up with a solution and you're the type of person that just takes the solution away by talking nonsense, then brother, this is not the place for you. Go over there to, wherever there's chaos, it'll follow. I'm not chaotic. Get it? Chaotic. I am the truth, but I'm not the way, but I am the truth. And I'm not wink wink chaotic. Oh, come on. Chaotic truth. I'm not that nut. I'm not him at all. Because he's just playing games right now. He's just playing freaking games. If you're coming in, like, share, subscribe to the channel, like, share, subscribe to the channel. This is a lightweight show. This is a lightweight. Trying to get to the root to getting better. What is the root of getting better? Better communication? Maybe. Go, an outing, planning. What are we planning? If you're in a relationship and if you're tired and you're bored and stuff like that, and you tell whoever gets bored or what, and you go to that person and you vent to them, well, what can we do? The first thing on your mind is vacation. It's like, where do you want to go? If you have the money, if you can afford it, if you got the time off, then I suggest it'll be just you set up the hell, if you got to set up the babysitter, if you got to call for a babysitter. But ultimately, where are we going to go? Where we going to go? What we going to do? Where we going to go? What we going to do? How about Cancun? We'll go to Cancun, somewhere in Florida, somewhere in Texas, somewhere overseas. We're going to go to Jamaica, or we're going to Hawaii. Planning, planning, planning is basic. All this basic stuff is just basic. Don't talk about it, be about it. What is another route to getting better in a relationship? Splitting apart sometimes, not seeing each other as much. Of course, if you live together, you're gonna be seeing each other. But hopefully, you get a crib that has a basement and or a loft, where she is not allowed in the loft. You don't take away anything. You ain't taking away my loft. After that, you're not taking away my loft. But you need some place to, calm down, settle down, relax, you know, make your own damn sandwich. I still don't get that, yo. We just making up. I just believe we just making up shit just to make it up. We don't make. She ain't make my sandwich. Make your own damn sandwich, nigga. I'm tired of that shit. Whoo, I get so freaking tired of that shit. But it's all good. It's all good. It is all to the good. But go to the Live Ladies podcast, right? Go to the Live Ladies podcast and check them out, because I believe they're a good group. Even though, two of them just had it. They just completely had it. Now I want to discuss something real quick. Sherelle. I think, and I came across this thing of Baller X where Sherelle is going ham. What up, though, Mister? Hear me out. Sherelle was going ham, right? She was going completely ham on Ruthless, which was funny. And he is old coonish sensitive ass. I mean, the look on his face when she just went completely, just knocking it out the park like Hank Aaron. I like how you're always talking about better relationships. Hey, you gotta figure it out. Otherwise, you're just gonna just kill each other. And I know the reasons. It's bad economy. Things are things are going up in price, and I mean And pretty soon they're gonna be taking away your pensions. They're gonna be taking away your Social Security. They're gonna take away all this. And the only thing they can help you out with is, well, come and vote for me. I get it. But this is the reason why I say start building in your own communities, and the only way to help that out is to what? Build 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 yourself something. Build yourself something, and do not let that money loose outside of your community. It's so simple indeed. So simple, but there's always that one joker. You know how they say that the bad apple spoils the bunch? Well, all you had to do is sometimes you're just going to have to burn the whole tree down in order to start anew. You'll be hopeful to take a few apples with you, to take a few bananas, to take a few fruit. You know what I'm saying? Take a few people with you just to start anew and replant that thing from the ground up. Just replant that thing. Nightish, he did the exact same thing. When he found out that when he was doing his channel wasn't working like it was, he ended up what? Starting anew. It's just that simple. And now he's doing great. He's doing great in my opinion. But yeah, you can't force feed. You can't force feed it. It takes one thing, one step at a time. One layer being peeled off the onion at a time. And then maybe, just maybe, your relationships will get better. But it starts with you. I love going around in a circle. I love going around in a circle with this. It starts with you. It starts with you because it's going to end with you. Because once you establish yourself, once you have the baby, once you're married, once you have a life that you build on your own, you have memories. You have memories. You have cherishable. That's not a word. Sorry. Cherishable memory. You know what I'm trying to say, damn it. You cherish the things that you love. You cherish the things that you respect, and you often cherish the things that you put in memory. When you took your family to Disney World, or you took your family to Cancun, or you went up to the mountains, into the snowy mountains, and that grizzly bear was going to tear your head off, but you shot the grizzly bear in the nuts. Oh, thank you. I was wondering. That's why I was trying to bring it up. But people say, what? Now, can you look that up in the dictionary? You look it up in the dictionary. Anyway, when Sherelle went off on Ruthless, I thought that was the most funniest thing ever done. But when she explained why she went off the way that she did, I was like, I get it. That's just the reason why I say You can't take everybody with you. You just can't. And I like Sherelle. I really think she's a good person. But again, with the women, I get your pain. I get the pain. I get the suffering. I get it when all my sisters go through all this pain. I get it. And this is the reason why I think separating yourselves from men, period, it's best, because that's when the humbling, the pains, you know how when you're in severe pain when you get a leg in, you get an ACL tear. She's doing all right. You know how when you get an ACL tear and you start repairing it, and you go into rehab, and that thing hurts after that. That hurts like a son bitch, right? And the memories, uh, the memories of you just tearing your leg apart, that's gonna resonate with you when you're going through your rehab. And it's like, if it goes, it goes. If it tears, it tears. I was like, I have to move forward. I remember when Triple H, right, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, aka Paul Levesque, had his quad torn in the ring while he was wrestling Chris Jericho. That was a real thing. That he healed up within 7 months. But it resonates. It resonates with you. That's why I say you have to move forward. You have to try to find a way. Find a way to move forward. Find a way to be with that person that is going to love you for you. You guys have to, at some point, you have to act human. You have to be human. You're going to have to want to be human. Because at the end of the day, that's who he is, human. And fellas, you have to realize she is human. She has been through a lot with her family. The same thing you went through when you were in foster care. Just giving a little caveat. Vulnerability. It's like, I would love to I would love to be with two women at once, three women at once. What does that do for you? All that fun is here today, gone tomorrow. All of it. Here today, gone tomorrow, and you're dealing with more. It's bad enough that you're dealing with one headache. Now you're dealing with two. Ladies, when you say, I don't need a man, I don't need this, I don't need that, I don't need a man, I don't need that, blah, 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 blah. I'm be fine I do bad all by myself. You say that now. But 5, 10, no, not even that. I'm not going to even give you that. I'll give you 5 years. I will give you 5 years. Sounds like a nightmare tomorrow. Stupid. I will give you 5 freaking years. You better not even touch a damn dildo, because that resembles a man, kind of, sort of. Because once you interact with yourself sexually, you're going to want something. And I don't think, well, I'm not going to say that. I'm not saying that you're not going to have the guts to try a woman, because most of you do that anyway. I'm saying it's not going to be the same. You're going to want the attention of a male. And then you want to pay, and if you want to pay for that thing, go ahead. But that's not you. Be pure. Stay pure. Stay humble. Stay blessed. Find the one. It all starts with communication. It all starts with communication. Having fun. Treating her to treating her to Starbucks or some Starbucks. Cheesecake Factory ain't the Cheesecake Factory ain't the same what it used to be. It just ain't. I mean, I enjoy the food there, but yeah, it ain't the same. Because when I first went to Cheesecake Factory, oh my God, the atmosphere was wonderful. Not saying that it's not the case now for Cheesecake Factory. To be perfectly honest, I'd rather take it to Taco Bell, because they have a nice selection of food. Or if you're that bold, then take her back to your house and cook and start cooking. That's bold. That will get you the most attention. That right there, when you take a woman home and you cook for her, oh, shit. That's brownie points, or it should. More depending if the food sucks. If the food sucks, then but the food tastes right. My, my. That's when the panties drop. Hey, Commander, how are you? But it's her choice, her option. If those panties drop. When you cook a woman a nice, good meal, let's do it vice versa. If she cooks you a nice meal, nice little dinner and a movie, I miss those times where the individual has been through so much and they finally get to a place where they feel relaxed. Just for that one moment. Even just for that one moment in time where you're just sitting like human beings. And and this is going to trip you out. If she's a 2-time baby mama and y'all just sitting there, right? You're sitting there with the kids and y'all watching Deadpool or something. I don't know. The moment that you pop that popcorn and drink your little juice mixed with Palomari or lemonade. I don't need drugs. You won't use. You don't need a man, woman. You will not attract a man or a woman. Yeah, Deadpool family. I mean, you have to block out all the cussing. You have to block out all the cussing and the swearing, but fact of the matter is it's everybody's favorite Marvel movie, right? But that's the point. That is the whole point. What in the hunger is going? we're discussing the roots of getting better in relationships, because I just got off the panel not too long ago, like I'll say about 45 minutes ago, on this live lady podcast, and there's some pretty good people. But it's like they're just talking the same old talking points. Women don't need nobody. They need to be submissive. Needs to be submissive. Wooty wooty woo. Blah 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 blah. And I come up there and I mention the word God, and everybody goes. It's just my perspective. Basically, if you're waiting on the right person, that's all I'm saying. Just wait for him to come to you. And if that's not the right person, I often say, if God closes a door, another one will open. Another one will open. You just have to believe in that. You have to believe there are choices in life. But depending on what you pick, it's on you. Everybody scatters at the word of yeah, but they want to challenge you too. What type of car are we talking about? There's only one for me. I don't know about you, but I believe in Heru. I believe in Heru. That's why everything is the unknown to people. If God didn't want you, hey, Bridge. If God did not want you to know something, that's why immediately they call it the unknown. In Africa, they call it the unknown. You're not going to know everything. God wants you to, if God wants you to have something, you're going to do your research on a lot of things. And I believe in a lot of things, but the one thing that I don't believe in giving up what I got. I don't believe in giving up what I got, and I don't believe in walking away easily. I believe in fighting for what I love. I believe in fighting for what I believe until it's no longer fightable. That's why I've been in a relationship as long as 20, 25, 26 years into my relationship with my wife, which has been 15 years since I'm married to her. The anniversary was just 8 days ago. The anniversary was, actually, yeah, the anniversary was 8 days ago. Me and my wife's anniversary. Thank you. Thank you. And quote me on this when I say, if any man thinks it's easy to be in a relationship, let alone a marriage, then you need to stay in that relationship and you need to take notes, right? Because that's a quiz. The ultimate test is 10. If you get married, if you can pass 10 years, you're at level 1. You know how hard it is to get out of level 1? Level 2 is just as great. Oh man, where you going? Who you talking to? You need to do this. You need to do that. Where you going? Who you talking to? That's crazy. Why you leave the toilet seat up? I thought I told you to take the garbage out. Why you gotta watch this? Why you gotta watch that? I told you to make a right at sunset. We're gonna miss it. We're gonna miss the soap operas. We're gonna miss the movies. We're gonna miss church. Yeah, constantly. And be prepared to be called 15 to 20 times a day. It gets worse and worse and worse. But the one thing that I love and I would cherish, and sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it happens, sometimes it don't. But I love being where I'm at. I told you to make it right. Hey, I try. I freaking try. Yeah, thank you. But we going through some problems now, but yeah, that's just what it is. The problem is it's not anything with her. It's just that is this the city that I live in. It's just ugh. Las Vegas. I encourage people, do not move to Las Vegas. It's a good place to visit for a couple of days, and afterward, I mean, I'll give it a week. But then after that, I'm going home. I mean, you get used to everything after a while. You get used to the bright lights. You get used to dropping off of buildings, riding a roller coaster rides, and all that other shit. That's what you're used to. You get used to the Mexicans on the corner selling you, or not selling you, but giving you like these what do they give you? These cards, these big fat ass I forgot what. Hi Trev. Hi, how are you? Oops. Oh man. Dang, I don't have any money, Trev, but I owe you $10. But yeah, they pass you these cards. They pass you these cards with the website in it where you can call these chicks or whatever. If you're single, they just pass them around to you, whatever. But that'll get you caught up. That'll definitely get you caught up. It'll get you caught up and then get you killed. All right. So you best stay married. You best stay married. You best stay faithful. How about being a driver, pulling out of your phone with GPS, saying times no one else cares, getting scolded for using your phone, then saying, okay, well, can you pull it up on your? Yeah, I had that before. I definitely had that before. I was an Uber driver for a while. I was an Uber driver for a while. What is another route to a better relationship? What is another route? The another route to a better relationship, I did say planning. Well, first communication. Let's start with that first. Planning. Planning on where you're gonna go. If you're gonna go to Cancun, if you're gonna go to Jamaica, if you're gonna go to Africa, if you're gonna go to Hawaii, plan ahead. Number three, separation is good. Separating from your mate is good because often you get tired of each other, and often I'm not saying, separate as in, you live in an apartment and I'll live in an apartment. No, y'all stay in the same freaking house. I'm saying get a big enough house to where he's in his loft or in the basement chilling, and you just upstairs or whatever downstairs. We don't have a downstairs. We got a loft. We have a law. Yeah, it's called me time. It's called me time. You have to have some me time. Otherwise, he's gonna self-destruct. Another route to getting better in your relationship, honesty. Being honest with yourself. I look at her now. She has a big old. She's just beautiful. She's just gorgeous, like Trev. I'm just. I'm not gonna start on you, but let's just say the woman that you potentially pick is beautiful, gorgeous, lovely. Nice chest, big old rump roast back there. She all bow-legged, you wobble wobble. You like her, you like the attention, right? And she believes in God. That's a plus, right? I want you to look at that very same person, look her in the face, and see if you want to be with this person 30, 40 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now. Before you move further, I want you to be honest with yourself and her. Do you want to? She's going to think the same thing. You think, oh, all these muscles, and all this, ooh, this 6-pack, this 10-pack, ooh. 10 years later, your belly is big as mine. I'm like, what the hell happened? I was frustrated. Well, nigga, get back in the gym. Nigga, get your ass back in the gym. Do some squats. Do some push-ups or something. When she has, she used to cook you some hot, loving, a hot meal full of your biggest goodies. And for dessert, you had her. Sounds delicious, isn't it? 10, 20 years from now, you'd be like, where the food at? I ain't feel like cooking. Well, nigga, all I smell is pine sol. Nigga, what the hell's going on? All I smell is pine sol and bleach. The stove ain't even hot. The stove is cold. It's called do it yourself. You had time to go to Junior's. You had time to go to Junior's today. Junior's is like a. I should have said Dottie's. You had time to go to Dottie's today and gamble. Why don't you take your ass on to the freaking kitchen and cook you something? Heifer, you lazy heifer. So you end up going to Taco Bell. That's how it's going to be. It's not like that all the time. It's not like that. But you have to think. You have to be honest with yourself and you have to be honest with her. Oh, I like it when you do this and I like it when you do that. And she tells you, I like it when you do this and I like it when you do that. 10, 20 years later, nigga, hurry up. What do you want? And you touching all over and like, come on. Hi, nigga, hurry up. I got to get up in the morning. All right. You bust one. Good. Cool. All right. Let me get some sleep. What it's gonna be. See, this is the problem. People think it's all nice smelly roses and fruits and vegetables up in this motherfucker. Yeah, like a big jet, a big blunt. Here, roll up a big blunt. Nah. Sometimes you have to roll up a blunt, and this is the reason why I say me time. But guess what? You have to be fair, and you have to give her me time. I want to go out with the fellas. I'm gonna go out with Jerry and them. I okay. Just call me. Just call me. Let me know you're okay. Babe, can I go out with LaQuisha? You know, me and the girls, we're gonna go out. And we're gonna go bowling. We're gonna do something. We're gonna go bowling. We're gonna get our hair done and our makeup done and our nails done and da 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 da. Da. You know, just give me a call. So how's your day go? Good, great. It was kind of empty without you. Oh, 10, 20 years later, I'm going out with Craig and him. I'll be back. When the fuck you gonna be back? Oh, whenever I feel like it. Nigga, you better call me. I'm going out with Chris. I'll be back. Oh, like hell you ain't. We gotta go to Jerry's. We gotta do that thing. You didn't tell me that earlier. Like, I ain't gotta tell you shit. I'm the man in the house and this is how it is. It don't usually work like that. Like, nigga, man, you need to go out with your friends or something. You really need to go out with your friends. You tripping. Why you crashing out? That's the new word. Why are you crashing out? Why am I crashing out? I'm not saying that happens all the time, but you have to realize when she's used to you and you're used to her. I mean, you still have that love for each other. You still have that respect for one another, but you get on each other's nerves sometimes. You do. Oh, come on. This ain't the pastor and the preacher where, it's like, honey, yeah, what's the word for today? No, it don't work that way. Wait, let's say if Trev gets tired of me, she just like, I'm going in my garden and I'm pulling up some tulips. Leave me the hell alone. And if you come and bug me, I'm gonna take that snake and I'm gonna throw it at you. I'm gonna have it bite your ass. Genesis chapter 1. So you have to make a decision. And she said, sounds familiar. You have to make a decision whether you want to be with this person or not. So that's four or five roots I just laid on you. And hopefully people will look back at this and take this serious. But also take this as a learning experience and also take this as a fun experience because you're going to want to say, it's like, oh, okay. Oh, all right. Yeah, I ain't going to want to act like that. I don't like that. You sound close. So you have to have that commun Man, I honestly wish. I mean, Jesus, it's. I'm glad. Let me just say this. I'm glad for the people who are in relationships. If you aren't in a relationship, it's good to be by yourself. It's really good to be by yourself because that's what God intended. God also intended for you to be single so you'll pay much attention to God. But it also says, findeth a wife, findeth a good thing. There's a reason behind what it is said. Now I look to the Bible for inspiration. I don't look at it as nothing else. But we can learn from certain things just as much as we learn from video games and spending time with your boys and spending time with your girl. I mean, we learn a lot in life, and we go through a lot in life. I just get sick of the negativity. That's just my pet peeve. I'm just getting sick of the motions. But for some strange reason, I'm just thinking that the podcast that I was on tonight, it was cool. It was cool. It was relatively nice. I'll give it grace. It was nice. It's just the same. It's just when you talk about the same old. It's I mean it's just dry, but how it was constructed. And again, I get what most of those women up there were talking about, and they were sick of men. But I think if they look at me, and I'm not saying I'm the end all be all, I'm not pinning flowers on myself, but maybe, just maybe, if you get more men who aren't so damn sensitive, Jesus, I never met a more sensitive man in my life. That's the reason why we can't get along with Mexico. That's the reason why you send the police on us. That's the reason why we in jail for child support. This is the reason why it was all about. I was like, good Lord, Jesus, nigga, you getting angry at breakfast, nigga? You gang banging on bacon, nigga? Like, chill out. It's 12 in the morning over here, 3 o'clock on the East Coast. Do I have to play that song for you by Carl Thomas? I'm emotional and I can't let go. I am trying to hold on. Yeah. Do I have to play that song for you? Jesus. I mean, it's bad enough that the women go off, and them mofos never stop talking. Sound like Buster Rhymes. And the nigga tried to interfere. He was like, oh, come on, wait, let her get it out. So yeah, I'm not trying to fight you, but you have to think realistically about life. If Bridget if Bridget and I were in a relationship and she got attacked by hyenas, I would protect her from the hyenas. I would protect her from the hyenas. I would. I would definitely protect her from the hyenas. But if I wasn't in a relationship, I mean, I would call, I would call somebody, like, hey, this woman here is about to get attacked behind us. No, I'm just playing. Just be cautious. Cautious, be careful. She said, yeah, right. Be cautious, be careful, be cordial, be nice, be respectful, be be kind to each other. Just that's all a man would ask, and I'm sure that a woman wants the exact same thing. We have to look at it at both sides, is my point. If you look at it at both sides and you see and instead of pointing fingers at one another, point the finger at yourself. You talking about holding people accountable, hold yourself accountable. I hold myself accountable every day. It's being humble, it's being vulnerable, it's being covered in sackcloth and ashes. That's what happens when you repent. You're covered in sackcloth and ashes. It means you're humbling yourself. You're praying every day. You're praying to the Lord at your intent, to your intent, not anybody else, because you are in charge of you, nobody else. Nobody else. But that was my rant. That was my rant for the night. I didn't. It wasn't going to take long. I just thought I'd chop it up with you guys. And I want things to be better, but the only way to get better is to do better. And I can't do it by myself. The only thing I can do is be a voice to the voiceless. And I know there are certain people who can do it better than I can. I'm just a person who is doing. They're not for. If I can do better with subscriptions, then yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, if I was doing better with subscriptions, that would be great. But it's not necessarily the money. I mean, I can go out and make money, just like, well, I mean, we all do. We all go out and we all make money. But does money make us happy? No. Sitting here and having a conversation with your friends, that's what makes me happy. You don't know. Well, these people don't know what life is. They just see one side of it. They don't know what life is. And I get it. But maybe it's time to stop pointing the finger at one another. And like I said, start pointing the finger at yourself. Maybe if you got people, maybe it's the people that are around you that are slowing you down. It's time to trim the fat. It's just not getting better in a relationship between a man and a woman. It's trying to get better in a relationship with friends, family, whatever. If you have to trim some fat, then that's what you're going to have to do, is you're going to have to trim some fat. That is letting people go. Getting better is finding your center of happiness is more important than anything in the world. And when you find your happiness, you find God. It is a saying that if you take one step towards God, he takes two steps towards you. Like I said, people cringe when I mention them. There are two things that are not mentioned in any live stream: God and love. I thought God was love. That is it's crazy. It's crazy, and but it's at the same time, I understand, overstand, and understand. I overstand, understand, and understand the how the woman feels. I understand how the woman feels. It's like there's no hope for men, or excuse me, no hope for women in the world when you have a whole bunch of men, and quite frankly, women outnumber the men like 3 to 1. But at the same time, I, I can't keep crying over spilled milk all the time. They say that the men are leaving women. They say that they are boycotting marriages. You're a very small percentage, and I get it. I get it. You tired of the bullshit. You're really tired of all the law. Can't the law? What is it? Law-abiding citizens or whatever, whatnot. Listen, none of this had anything to do with the woman collecting welfare. None of it. We were bamboozled from the start because in 1949 they literally kicked down our door just to get the woman some food stamps. They literally kicked down the door because if they know how the hell they're going to give the man food stamp, the woman food stamps and the man food stamps, that means you're being competitive towards others. There are, some people are afraid of one thing, the rise of a black messiah. But the other caveat of it is they don't want certain minority groups to be competitive. And just think, let's just say somebody got fired. The last thing that, especially when a black man goes through, when he has no resources, no money, no car, no resource of any kind, what he goes through. What is his mindset? Of course, it's going to be on to get a different job, but how easy is it nowadays? The last thing that he wants is his woman alongside of him, patting him on the back, holding his head, putting his head against her breast, and saying everything is okay. That's all some of these people ask. None likes to hear those type of topics. Of course they, duh. I mean, the reason why that is because of the toxicity that is in society. The toxicity. Because of where we are in society. The economy itself, it's bad. The economy itself is bad. The prices on if we can get away with like a trunk full of food, a car full of food that can it can go up to like $100 or something like that. I'm talking a big ass cart full of food, right? If we can and at the same time put gas in our car, with a full tank of gas in our car, which it could be anywhere from $33 or something like that. I liked it when gases were like $1. I remember gas was like 75 cents. Now it's like 3.69 or some change. It's gonna take 50 plus dollars just to fill up your tank alone. When it only took you 20, and you're trying to go places, right? It's gonna take you a while, but you're gonna end up going someplace, right? Look at people are uptight and upset, and don't let me get started on police brutality. Don't let me get started on none of that. But I know where women are coming from, and I know where men are coming from. That's why it's important to have these discussions, but in good faith. We have these discussions in good faith. Why do I say in good faith? Because I don't want no liars up in here. I want truth tellers. How do you feel at this very moment in time? I feel like crashing out. Well, then go crash out. Just don't crash out here. Just playing. Don't crash out in where you at. I was supposed to what I was supposed to do. What I'm gonna possibly do tomorrow is some girl got thrown down to the ground and a gun was in her face. And I think this was a gun of a police officer. I was going to do that. But I feel the need to chop it up with y'all about, relationships and stuff like that. I just thought I felt the need. It's like you're right. You're right. No one likes these type of topics due to the fact that if controversy, sex, football, basketball, all types of sports, MMA, all that stuff sells. And comedy sells. Not as much, but it does sell. I mean, who wouldn't want to enjoy a good laugh? Or if you were in Vegas, who wouldn't want to join a good act when they start flipping the balls, they start juggling the balls around Paul's. I'm good. When people get tired, they know when to find me. When people get tired of talking about the same old shit every day, I am fine. I will be right here. I'm not going any freaking where. I am right here. That's why I ask people to go on, like and share, subscribe to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We're going to have fun. We're going to have a good time. It doesn't, I'm not going to keep wash, rinse, and repeating. What's the point? It's pointless. It is pointless. Trev, you still here? It is pointless. So, it is what it is. I love you. I love y'all. I think y'all the greatest audiences in the world. But if you happen to find a space where it's relatively quiet, support them. Support them. That's when we connect. Just like Writers for life. Writers for life is some special somebody I just met. Real cool person, real cool personality. Another personality I met. Uh, Antisocial. That's another person. Real two good, relatively good people. That's how you start over. That's how a small group like this, it doesn't phase me because I know I'm growing. I know I'm growing. I may not grow in numbers, but I'm growing every single day in familiarity through the YouTube algorithm. I'm growing each and every single day. And when things like this pop up, I would love to see more. I would love to see more. I have to remain humble. I have to remain humble. But that's all for the night. I want everybody to have a good night. Peace.